Sorry. I'll give it the college try for a
Alright.
little while, but... Whew.
Good evening, everybody.
Oh, I'm like that.
Hello.
I'm really excited for this one. I'm going to wait just a minute.
Oh, come on.
Dana, are you on Discord and seeing the Tangle Deep screen here?
I am. Wait, is this Tangle Deep?
I'm starting with Tangle Deep because
Oh,
of how
okay.
Flowstone Saga begins.
I see.
This, you'll notice I'm in the final battle of Tangle Deep, and I've finished the final battle. I think we've covered Tangle Deep on the stream briefly some time ago, but this was Impact Soundworks' first game. A really charming roguelike, where you control this character named Mirai, by default anyway. Though if you hit random name as an Easter egg, you always play as Mirai, no matter what class you happen to be, in a variety of outfits and stylings. The first random name that comes up is Jillian,
Aw.
because who is Andrea Versa's wife, but a cosplaying musician, red-haired lady, right? So I have a feeling that the character is kind of designed with her in mind.
That's sweet.
But as we emerge from this technological dungeon into nature for the ending of this game, though I will admit, you're not going to win Tangle Deep every run. It is hard, as roguelikes with permanent death are. But I happened to have a save where I was after the boss ready.
Wait, is it permadeath by default?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's some persistent elements where, like, the monsters you were raising on the farm persist, but you re-roll from level 1 every time in Tangle
Oh,
Deep.
wow.
But that green area we just saw... And now let's load Flowstone Saga instead here.
Is that where you start, Flowstone?
Yes, in New Riverstone, essentially. The town kind of that gets founded on the surface here. Let me add it for our stream friends. And then for you.
Oh, the cover art is so cute.
Everybody on the team has kind of stepped up their game for this release. Tangle Deep was... The art is not bad. It's very, like, 16-bit Secret of Mana adjacent, as is the music.
Yeah.
Some of you might recall that Impact Soundworks is... oh my gosh, what's their... Super Audio Boy, that's what it is. Or Super Audio Cart. The big chiptune sample library was developed for Tangle Deep. And they are in the process now. It has not yet been released, but the full second iteration of that's going to add a bunch of new systems, including the Sony PlayStation, is in development. And we've kind of stepped forward just a little bit in terms of the technology and of the craft here. It's been really fun to watch this team get better over the past 4 years making this game. But let's hit new game. We'll start at the bottom here. And we can be adventure. I don't need to do the hard modes in this game.
Brian's not gonna flex on us tonight.
Not in
Brian,
Tetris.
are you gonna-
No. Addie is the Tetris queen killer in the Thompson household. And we're not going to play turn-based Tetris with no gravity. The pieces are going to fall. But you might recognize Mirai here immediately now. The graphic
we
style
have-
has changed slightly.
We have done this on stream now that I see it. But I don't think we spent a whole
remember it.
day on it. I think it was a shenanigaming like moment.
I think so as well.
That could be.
I don't remember us spending much time on it, so that might be.
You. Get her.
But this is now a Japanese role-playing game where all the combat is Tetris, or Tetris adjacent at least here.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
That's my kind of game. I can live with that.
Yeah.
I used to be quite decent at Tetris, but I'm rusty these days. I don't really play anymore.
You'll notice the shapes are different than
Yeah,
true traditional Tetris here.
that would throw me off. I would have to. It would take me a little bit to get used to that.
There's an adjustment phase, yeah. It helps that we start off pretty easy for now. Let's get through these first 4, essentially excuses for tutorial fights, and we'll get really going here.
Ha.
I like Professor Frog. Me.
So if you stack those the yellow crystals, you'll gain more damage. But you've got to keep it up or lose your bonus. Right, and we can have multiple enemies here. So then I have to choose which one to target. The spear guy is actually going to take a swing if we don't hit him, so we're going to go that way.
Remind me what the combat was like in the first game, because it wasn't this,
It
right?
was very traditional roguelike.
Okay,
combat.
yeah. The Tetris element is really fun. What made that, do you know much about, what made it?
I know it's Andrew Lors' idea for the combat, who wanted the Tetris element in there. I was skeptical, honestly. I'm not a big Tetris player. But for a significant portion of especially my pre-academic life, these two guys were the closest friends I had for a long time. Especially Andrew Lors, who kind of invited me into the Overclock Remix community when I lived in the Twin Cities, where he is located. And he had a lot of faith in this, and I think it's turned out really well, actually.
Did Julianne opt out for tonight?
No, she said she was going to try to tag team stream with all of her grading and
Oh,
training
okay.
and stuff.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, she should be coming eventually.
Yeah, I just didn't. After I went to go get coffee,
Yeah.
I didn't see what she landed on there. Right. Get up.
I presume she'll be on at some point, but she was talking about everything she still has to catch up on with the storm and travel and grading and everything, which makes sense.
Alright, is that the last one of these, or do I have one more yet? I think that's it for the immediate sweep of how this game is going to work once you get started. Alright, we'll come back to that moment.
Okay.
Okay.
3 months earlier. Also, Dana, I really like your orange shirt today.
Thank you. I was
You too.
decorating for Halloween, and I was feeling this is very Stardew autumn color scheme, which is
Yes.
why I like keeping it around because it has the purple and the orange, and I just love that color combo. So thank you.
I want to talk about musical timbre for just a moment. Because almost everything that
On a music stream?
Tangle Deep got up to was the same type of thing that Stardew Valley did, in the sense that
You
it's
have
very much.
you have a talk you need to publish on this very topic.
I do. It's very much 16-bit samples, though. But what I want to point out is that in Flowstone Saga here, this is closer to Chrono Cross than Chrono
Yeah.
Trigger in terms of
Yeah.
sample quality. We are clearly in the PlayStation era, in my mind, now.
Yeah.
Right, this flute it does not show up on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
And I am biased in favor of Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross because that's my own history with Japanese role-playing games.
Yeah.
I suspect strongly that's not the case for the two Andrews based on seeing Tangle Deep and this. And I think instead, Secret of Mana, Tangle Deep, Legend of Mana, this game. Especially given the piano-forward nature of this introductory track.
Yeah.
I love the electric guitar sound here, by the way.
There we go. That's better.
And I don't know the libraries well enough to pinpoint which one, but I'd bet you a week of my pay that it's the one of the Impact Soundworks shredded guitar libraries that is responsible for that sound.
I'd love a week of your pay. I'd love a week of anybody else's pay. Karen, you're getting a
Hey! My colleague! Welcome! Welcome to the
welcome.
stream!
So we are we're doing Flowstone Saga not only because Ryan loves both of these games and knows the folks who made them, but because Ryan is actually featured on the soundtrack of this game.
I am.
Yeah.
I do the final boss fight vocals.
Which
Will
is
we
so
get there
cool.
tonight?
We will not get anywhere close tonight, but we'll play the track.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to hear it for sure.
Just make sure we play it before I go to bed.
Okay.
I want to hear it before I pass out. Sing me to sleep, Ryan.
He does that for a lot of people, actually.
Yeah?
So I just had my mini hot glue gun out. That's
Oh,
why I
no,
was
did you burn
distracted there
yourself?
at the beginning. No, actually,
Oh, okay.
no. But the mini one, like, just like drips constantly. It like doesn't hold on to its glue. It just makes
It's a
this little
metaphor.
pile. And my big
For my
one like
brain.
doesn't do that. So I don't know. The mini one's just like, I mean, they're both terrible, but
I love this stained glass swirl,
such
by
thing as
the
a
way.
fancy glue gun. Yeah, that's beautiful.
A nice color palette. But
I was
it,
making a
it's
couple.
very... to me, that's like an exceptionally 90s design and color palette.
Mhm.
It's very retro.
Yeah. The intentional jaggedness of the shapings of each piece even is like almost older than the NES, like a Commodore 64 art
I can see
style
that.
for a moment. It's
can see
it's
that.
more retro than Mirai's sprite standing there to me.
Yes. Yes.
So everybody appreciate it's October, so I have Ghost Mug out, and he has little hands.
I love it.
Yeah.
Little hands.
As long as I get my fall decor out before Halloween, I'll be okay. I got a couple weeks.
Yeah. Well, as many people know, I start usually in August. Like I kind of get antsy because school starts. You know, a lot of
Yes,
colleges
yes.
start in August. So kind of mid to late August, I put out. I have like I call it my September decor, my early autumn, and it's all like green, cream, gold. Like very light orange, if any orange, but it kind of leans into like that color palette. But it's still like pumpkins and things and autumn leaves. It's just like the lighter. And then,
Hold on one second,
Around-
everybody. I'm gonna go make it so I can read the chat for everybody.
oh yeah. And then right around October 1st, I switched to Halloween. So of course I have like jack-o'-lanterns and orange and black. And I don't make it too spooky. I lean for more of a cute Halloween aesthetic. I'm not especially macabre about it. But then November, I switched to, it's all like turkeys and stuff for Thanksgiving. And then I bring in more of the reds, like the really deep autumn color. And
Yeah.
Black Friday, and I never go out shopping ever. I stay in and I Christmas up the house because that's probably what I have the most of. But I grew up with a mom who decorated like at least 6 months out of the year and would like have themes for different holidays. so I come by it honestly.
I'll get there eventually, but right now it's just like I do not have that kind of energy and time.
Oh no.
Nor do I have the storage space. Honestly, I'm already out of room.
Yeah, we don't have an attic. We just have like a. It's not even really a crawl space. It's just kind of like a little side, unfinished like area.
That's all I have to.
So I have to be really strategic. Yeah, Andrew loves the Halloween aesthetic.
It's true. Hi, Andrew.
Hi,
Yeah.
Andrew. Yeah, so it was a good time today. We had on the Addams Family movie, the Angelica Houston one,
Yes.
which the little one did pretty well with. She was actually the storm when Fester comes back. He still thinks he's not Fester. Christopher Lloyd is so good in that role. She was a little bit like, oh my gosh, scary storm.
A Tetris puzzle, by the way.
Oh, cool. I like that it's making you make shapes out of it.
This is my kind of battle.
Yeah, I love this.
I'm down.
Get pseudo essence. But yeah, there was a part where she was like, oh, scary storm. And I'm always like, do you need us to turn it off? Like, is it too scary? It's hard to know at this age, you know? And she mostly, like, she's like, no, it's just pretend. Like, she really likes Halloween stuff. Oh,
It's
so
my
cute.
my
the world
little
map here, Dana,
Daniel
reminds me of
Fortescue
Star
from
Tropics
Medieval.
a little bit.
my Halloween decoration.
It's so cute.
Like, you've got
Yes,
a
this looks like
crescent-shaped
Sea Island.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go full goth. Andrew, have you seen the pictures of me as a goth, like, from high school? Everyone laughs because I'm always, like, very smiley in them. I'm not, like, a broody goth at all. I liked black clothes and the aesthetic, but went with all the death metal and the, like, Swedish metal, Scandinavian metal that I listen to. Which I know Anthony Dennis feels me on all that. The Opeth at all.
The little shardy thing. The heirloom.
Yeah.
It's the same.
The same
The-
color
is
of
the-
stuff as the rainbow underneath, yes.
Yeah, but even that little tiny sprite was the same kind of retro.
Yeah.
It just feels out of place. His mouth is full of cussing. Sprig is so cute.
Tangled figs. I love figs, so I'm down with this too.
Yes.
It's like if Anna Kendrick were to be goth. Yeah, I see it.
It's one of the big things I miss about North Carolina is figs grew really well there, and
really?
they were plentiful and inexpensive, and I was very happy.
Yeah, I often get them dried. There's like such a short window where we can get good fresh ones here, but I love just like slicing them thin on like a cheese board.
I just like to eat them.
I really
my
like.
When I
can get
I
fresh
use
ones,
so many
I
words
love
because
them.
you only listen to half of them.
That's funny.
That's funny. Said
Right.
every academic ever.
Right. I have a story
get-
off stream that I cannot tell publicly to share and vent when we're done.
You can get fresh figs here, but they're way more expensive than I am willing to usually pony up for them. It's like $1 a piece, $1 a fig.
If any of you have been to MagFest or VGM Con, by the way, and been to Dragon Avenger's stand, where she makes custom plushies, including this gold frog for Tangle Deep and for Flowstone Saga. This is Katie. She runs the shop in the game.
Aww.
It's Andrew Lors' wife. I don't think the two of you have had the pleasure.
No, I don't think I've met Andrew either.
Nah. I've met any of them.
I've met the Aversos, and they are delightful.
Nando.
I'm convinced Nando the raccoon is named after Nando's Peri Peri, the chicken restaurant on the harbor, but I can't prove it.
I mean, it tracks.
Right.
Maybe Nando's fueled a lot of the game development.
A couple of these names are familiar to me, but because they are probably Kickstarter backers or family members who aren't publicly identified all the time, I'm keeping it to myself.
Sure.
But there's some of that going on as well.
That's cool.
And I was looking for who to talk to, and now I can't seem to find them. Do I just go out first, I guess? Oh, yeah, there it was. Tiny Ruins. Yep.
Tiny.
We got asked to go investigate this space when we were getting lectured about not exploring too much. I like Cookie Ferret as a bad guy.
Professor Frog is a whole vibe.
So you'll notice we have a magic meter now, the blue vertical meter on the right side. That's the trinket we got from Amara. And if you get stuck, well, we'll see. I'll use it here because it replenishes every fight. What if you just wanted a 5 block? Sometimes I'm in that mood here. And now you can swap out any piece for a 5 block every 4 or 5 line clears.
Cookie Ferret. Such playful creatures.
I like the woodland creature aesthetic of this early part of the game. And I'm not far into this one. I have had grading and work and, you know...
Yeah, because you had hoped... Well, we didn't know when we were going to play this either. You had hoped that you would actually get to the boss so we could hear your tracking.
Yeah. It's not going to happen, though. That's fine.
Yeah, I had the hot glue gun out because I have a wedding coming up in a couple weeks where the bride said the color scheme is like light blues and purples, and so I wanted to make a little hair clip with a patch that I had that's like lilac and it has the light blues in it. So, like, it'll be cute. And I didn't feel like getting the big glue gun out, and then I discovered the little one leaks, so be careful with it.
Ooh, this is wrong. That sucks. I hate it.
Oh, you got wrong?
Yeah, look. See?
Oh yeah, that's not gonna work. Yep.
No.
Womp womp.
Right?
Try it again.
If the square has to go somewhere, it has to go one of these 2 spots, though. And I
Yeah,
guess it has to go here.
if you're getting that first.
Let's do that, I guess.
Yeah. And then that.
Then
Yeah,
there.
there you go.
There we go.
I am sad I don't have any Halloween, like, wedding themes this month. I was kind of hoping for one.
I had friends that got married on Halloween in a cemetery
Ooh.
in
Love it.
Savannah, Georgia?
So death do us part indeed.
Right?
And they're not gothy people. It was, I don't even know why, but it was like everybody was dressed in like black and red.
For Halloween, yeah.
But they're not Halloween people. Like, I don't know why that was a thing that they did. It just was a thing.
I feel
had
like if you
friends
wanted to
that did a
become a
Halloween
Halloween
wedding. They were
person,
like,
getting
"You do it."
married in a graveyard is a way to do it.
Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna fight one more thing, and then we're gonna leave here and go report back.
Wee-wee.
I do. The one coming up though is a lot of like film music, so that'll. Although they only booked a trio and asked for a lot of John Williams. I was like, big orchestrations down to 3 people.
Right.
Some of that works well. You know, some of it works better than others. It just kind of depends how melodic stuff is. But
Yeah.
I always feel the parts that are missing. But that's
You
Yeah.
could do like some love themes that are more intimate with 3.
yeah. Well, a lot of them, it's like if I at least have a quartet, I kind of have what I need to make it work. Trio gets harder. Duo is like really not what you want for film.
Yeah.
Duo, it's like you only want that if you're gonna do like pop songs where like you can get by with a melody and a bass.
Right.
And even then, I also tell people I like to add a musician for every 50 people.
Here's the shot.
And or, you know, amplification can fudge that a bit, but
And this cheese.
We get some cheese, yeah.
you know,
It's the right food.
how like basic cheese is like often Swiss. Like the schema of
Right, now
cheese
I'm
and a
into
lot
that.
of things, like iconographically.
Has to be Swiss, otherwise it would just look like a piece of cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's to avoid confusion with other sliced.
Being food products.
Yeah. Just funny,
Noticing
'cause,
in her
like, I'm
menu-
not a big Swiss fan, so like that's not the cheese I gravitate to.
It would not be my top choice, but I do like to keep some on hand sometimes. Top cheese, like of a sliceable, snackable nature. Like you can't just like dip into a bowl of feta, you know. But
Yeah.
So
a good Gouda.
this track, I like it for a
Yeah.
sailing track, but I would like it equally for an airship track. I feel like it's right in between the topics.
It's the open, yeah, it's the open exploration.
Yeah.
Right? The big leap up and descending steps down, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would buy this for horseback or train or
Yeah.
anything basically going off into the distance. I would buy this as a traveling exploration track of any means of transport.
Yeah. And in most JRPGs, though I will note not here, because this is a linear cutscene where I don't have control of the boat, the vehicle usually represents an expansion of your ability to traverse the space, and therefore gain mastery over the landscape.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fading like a flower, people. Wow.
Oh, it's barely 9:30, Karen.
I know. To be fair, he's been waking me up between 5 and 5:30 these days.
Yeah.
Every morning. So. We have to be up by 6. But that extra hour in the mornings, I really just want to sleep until 6.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Excuse me. My
Ooh,
goodness.
box. You gotta get boxes. That's the rules.
That's the rules.
The Rod of Wild Nature. 3 tile pieces deal plus 33% damage. Sure.
This is a fun little track.
I was just gonna comment on that.
I just remembered that this is either the second or maybe even the third time we've heard it. As we compare what indie games mean, and it's a big spectrum these days. Sea of Stars will have a custom track for every one of these types of encounters.
Yeah.
And it's largely an issue of a budgetary matter, right? Like, how much money can you afford and development time can you afford? And yes, Andrew Powell, I do like that the rod of wild nature is a stick. Yes.
A stick. Yeah.
Which you'll note I found on this floor here underneath a tree.
Eh. I love those little those little turns in the string line.
Mm-hmm.
Those are fun to play.
Well, now the secret's gonna come out. We're gonna fight the fire snoot.
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 Oh, it is a snoot.
Okay, that's adorable.
Yeah, the creatures in this have been adorable.
That creature looks like early internet memery.
It totally does.
It's like the kind of creature where you know how like sometimes your kid draws you a picture and you can send it off and have it turned into a stuffed animal.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like to me. Like some kid drew that.
Oh, speaking of,
but like in a good way.
Seeing things that look like a child drew it. Apologies if my neighbor hears this. One of the people in the neighborhood picks up their child from Hiawatha Elementary in a Cybertruck. And I don't know if you all have seen one in person yet, but it looks like if you asked me or Owen to draw a car with, like, straight, jagged lines, like, we're not good, right? And then you made that car. Exactly. Not, you took some interpretation that this should be car-shaped, you just, boom, boom,
Yes.
there's your car.
Yes.
They are ugly.
Do not care for them.
Oliver thinks it looks like an Atari car, but, like, rendered in real life.
That's legit. That is a valid interpretation.
Well, we have a problem, team.
Uh-oh. Womp womp. Bye-bye, boat. Sadness.
Mm-hmm. Whoops.
Oh, man. Whew.
I'm the unpleasant and annoying type of sassy.
No, that's the best kind.
Yeah,
You're
no,
fine.
Your stick joke was pretty good, actually.
But it sticks with you.
I like that the lazy person gets back from lazing on this island for 3 days. He's like, oh man, all that work now, let's celebrate by drinking and napping some more. And you know what?
That's my kind of celebration.
I'm there, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
That sounds beautiful. Like a drink and a nap. Oh.
I often joke that Addie's 3 favorite activities are napping, sleeping, and snoozing in that order. And it's totally true. Like,
Wait, have you ever shown Addie the meme that talks about taking a little nap before bed and calling it a snore derb?
no, but that sounds amazing. I'm gonna be sending her that tonight.
I'll send it to. Let me send it to you right now.
Okay.
I have it in my phone folder at all times.
Nice. You're welcome to just text it directly to her.
adore
She'll love it.
Oh, I don't know if I have. Wait, do I have Addie's number? I know Addie's texted me.
I have it. I'm 99% sure of that.
Let's go talk to the guy. Where's Here he is.
Yeah, when the hurricane was on its way, Julianne was understandably pretty stressed out about it, and sent me a message pretty late at night. I think it was like 1 a.m. and was basically like, "Are you still awake? I need just distraction, like anything. It can be anything." And so I was like opening up the meme folder.
Nice.
And I would just like dole them out, get a reaction, and then send another one.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was like, that was a good deed for September.
So this is, the yellow bar on the left is my timer. This is timed Tetris now. And I'm gathering materials to help rebuild the town. Kind of Stardew Valley style.
Up through
I'm all about
Tetris.
it. Yeah, this is fun. I was never like super of the roguelike. That's never been a thing that I'm into. So like Tangle Deep looked cool, but I never really played it. This one I can see myself playing.
I think this one is a lot more inviting than Tangle Deep is. Like roguelike as a, and I mean traditional roguelike in the sense of Rogue and NetHack and Tangle Deep, is not a welcoming genre of game.
Yeah.
And I actually think that if they had gone out of their way to make it welcoming, this is going to sound like maybe too bro-ish hardcore gamer of me, but it would not be as good of a roguelike if it was super welcoming.
Yeah, right. And obviously, like, difficulty isn't the issue for somebody that loves, you know, complicated platforming and like, you know, challenge in different ways in other genres.
Right.
I actually, what stresses me out is the procedural elements of like not being able to really learn like the map.
Yes.
I say begrudgingly to Ryan. But yeah, I like feeling like I know the world of the game and like I'm comfortable in it, and I like exploring the space as designed. So, ooh, an appetizer. That's really good.
An appetizer.
Means at 1 a.m. sounds comforting. Yeah, I can't do it every night, but you know, I was up just like taking care of business work stuff to get it out of the way before going down to New Orleans. So I just happened to be up, but I enjoy my new folder.
Oh good, that's the rest of the wood I needed. I don't have to do the minigame a second time when I get back to town. That'll be nice.
There it is.
And I tend to play competitive Tetris, like if I'm playing against a human opponent, with as many single line clears as possible. I don't really like to build up Tetrises that much. And so picking the perks that have single line clears benefit me quite a bit here. But if you were a I make Tetrises player, you could absolutely play the game that way as well.
Yeah. It's nice that there's that flexibility in playstyle.
Oh, come on, 1 HP left?
Yeah, another meme I saved recently, which made me laugh, and then I immediately sent several friends, was changing my belief system from "this is the hill I'll die on" to "this is the hill I'll kill you on" has done absolute wonders for me. 10 out of 10 do recommend. And the reply is, "You really gonna die on this hill?" Someone is.
Nice.
I'm like, that's me about vanilla. Defending vanilla.
Yes.
As a flavor.
Vanilla is good. Vanilla works really well with those pickled peaches.
I bet.
Ooh.
Tasty.
This is great.
Here's our
Although-
Very
boss
good.
theme, the King Snoot.
Yeah.
Dude, look at him. He's so angry.
I just feel like I want to point out this particular like hairstyle and facial expression. Feels a little on the nose.
Yeah, when I say defend vanilla, it's mostly like people that say vanilla is, you know, a synonym for boring, or that like vanilla ice cream is essentially like getting unflavored ice cream, which is not true. Anyone who's made ice cream knows. You can make just plain sweetened cream, essentially.
Yep.
Which is also delicious. Sweet cream,
Right. Good flavor.
wonderful. It's not
Right.
vanilla.
Gosh, good vanilla is magic. I make a triple vanilla butter cake for
I
like
don't want to start with tiles on the board. I
special
like building my own
occasions.
lines, but we'll interrupt here.
you have the stamina to make enough hills to die on in the first place. I've resorted to this as the open field I will shout in. Do you at least get up on the soapbox, Andrew?
So, hey Dom, if you're interested in picking it up, it is on discount until the end of tomorrow, I think. Because it just launched.
Is that something I should link like via Steam? I can do that.
Yeah, it's on the Steam storefront.
I can be useful. I got a game because it was $6.99 called Sticky Business, and you're like running an adorable sticker shop online.
Oh, neat.
Nice.
I haven't.
It sounds so cute, and I'm like, I need like turn off the brain games like that.
Yeah.
Anything cozy is like my catnip. Okay, this one's called Flowstone Saga. not-
Flowstone Saga.
Right.
It's not on sale.
Oh,
It's up?
did the sale end today? At
I mean,
noon?
it doesn't say it's on sale. It's $17.99.
Yeah, it was $14.99 until probably noon today was the cutoff.
Well,
Sorry
I'll
about
have
that.
one anyway.
Womp womp.
All right, let's head back to town.
But yeah, the triple vanilla butter cake is magic. It's like
Sounds
everybody,
beautiful.
anybody that's into baking, it's like you need a good chocolate cake recipe. You need a good, vanilla cake recipe. Just the ones that are kind of your go-tos. So like that one is really good because it's so rich because it's a butter cake. It doesn't need like extensive stuff on top of it like frosting.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it just
Sure.
works. Throw some ice cream on it. Throw wonderful fruit. Whatever you have. I actually have two go-to chocolate cake recipes, and one of them is vegan. So I have that up my sleeve if I need it. And like many good chocolate cake recipes, it actually uses coffee. Not like enough that you taste it like a mocha, but it brings out the cocoa.
Oh, so that's cool. That's how that mechanic works.
Oh my gosh, Julianne. So I just sent it to like one of our text threads, Ryan, and the snap, the Snorderv, and then saying I love how Andrew Powell in the chat called it a snapatizer or a napatizer. And Julianne said a snooze boosh, if you will.
Nice. So all those
Great.
decoration orbs, you can decorate every house in town or the landscape here with. You're given a tree to start with, and I'll bet there's going to be 100 of these things.
Oh my gosh.
Or if we're not happy with the tree, we can just pick up the tree, and back in the inventory it goes. That's fun.
Wait, do people use castoreum in food? I thought that was just in fragrance. And yes, that's like a horrifying concept, but we also use ambergris in perfume, and that's also weird.
That's true.
People in their musks,
Pheromones. Gotta send out those
Look at the
pheromones.
flavoring too. Oh, I had no idea. I thought it was only in perfume. I learned
Yeah, I didn't know
something
that
new
either.
today.
All right, let's go to Oak Point. We gotta get another big keystone for our next building in town.
I usually do my own. I'll make my own like vanilla extract. Because I'm not a big vodka fan, but like I don't know. My mother-in-law gave us like a handle of some fairly inexpensive vodka, so I'm like, oh, this would be great to make like homemade extract. So I usually make my own. And then I always have multiple kinds of vanilla in my house at all times. One of them is powder form, and then I also have vanilla bean paste. And so I can combine them or kind of use them for different things.
Yummy.
I also have chocolate extract, which I think is not as common in a pantry, but I love
It is not.
I have chocolate bitters.
it. And those are so good.
Love chocolate bitters.
I learned, we toured the Sazerac house down in New Orleans. We did educational things at this bachelorette party. We toured Sazerac house and they had a thing on how to taste bitters. And it involved putting it on like the back of your hand and like licking it. Like using the back of your tongue forward and like kind of like doing it that way. And it's supposed to like bring out all of the aromatics. And I have like kind of a weirdly large collection of bitters. So I sort of want to try this and report back. Like just trying a drop versus doing it that way and see if it does make a difference.
Very cool.
Ooh, with this power, you can now throw pieces in battle using mana. That's cool. So I can just pick up a block and throw it at my opponent. I like that. I'm gonna go try that out.
Cool. I'm gonna have to peace out and go to bed.
That sounds okay.
I am fading so badly. And my back hurts, actually. But yeah, good to see you all in chat. Hearts found, and if Julianne makes it, hopefully that's the case, I will listen to Ryan sing another day.
Yeah.
I'll send it to you, Karen.
Awesome, thank you. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
Good night.
Hi, y'all.
Hi, don't let the bedbugs bite.
No bedbugs. No bedbugs.
Don't let the bedbugs into the house.
Right.
Right.
And I won't bite them either.
Yeah, I won't bite them either.
Yes, that's what I always said. So good night, sleep tight, don't bite the bedbugs.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
No. Good night, folks. I'll see y'all later.
Sounds good. Good night, Karen.
Bye.
I'm having like cozy crafting night while we play tonight. I'm just like in the mood for it.
Alright, I'm gonna mute Karen's image on the stream.
Yep.
As...
Does that mean I have to be twice as entertaining?
No, I could talk a little more. Or we could bug Julianne and see where she's at. She's supposed to be coming.
She's working on it.
I'm sure she is. I wanted to go do this thing. I love throwing the piece, by the way. And it's not just about the idea of me throwing Tetris pieces out of frustration is cool, though it is cool.
Yeah, rage quit.
But
This track for a battle theme,
yeah,
something a little weird about it. I don't know, it's like a little too much? Is
it
that...
reminds me of like a Mega Man Battle Network type situation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe if I recalibrate that a little bit, it works. Like, if I think JRPG battle theme, it doesn't work.
It also is like, because we tend to think of normal battle themes as a little more orchestral adjacent because we are heavy into Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest here. The Tales games are rock.
Yeah. That's true.
Oh no, I'm not good at these. But let's try this. Yeah, it's gotta be that.
And then that on top, and then that underneath.
Yeah.
Yep. Snowboard kids. Yeah, I was gonna say it almost gives like sports game vibes. I think it's because the guitar sample's pretty realistic. Like, it doesn't sound as much like this kind of synthy guitar that I'm used to. But as
Yeah.
you said, this whole thing is reading a little bit later historically.
Yep.
I like the flute there.
I like the panning of the drums in the boss fight track.
It's really fun, like, runs in the string parts. What's Andrew's instrument originally?
I don't know for a Versa, actually. For Andrew, oh no, I messed up. For Andrew Lawrence, he is, a guitarist.
Ah,
Like electric.
yeah. That's what I'm hearing here.
Oh, that's mean. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, I recently, I haven't made it yet, but speaking of vanilla, there's a vanilla latte that I want to make. I don't have an espresso machine, but you can fake espresso.
Yeah.
But the vanilla syrup it's like a saffron, and demerara and vanilla. Demerara sugar and vanilla. And it sounds amazing, and I'm a big saffron fan. So I thought that would be a fun one to make. And like simple syrup doesn't take long. You just gotta like, you know, melt the sugar. And I'll probably do a 2-to-1 because those last a lot longer. But I meant to do that earlier today, and then I got caught up in other things. Yeah, the thing I'm noticing about this soundtrack overall, is just how many little, like, ornaments there are in the melodies. There's a lot of, like, little turns.
Yeah.
Which I like.
Ooh, I do not like having to really play Tetris there for anything.
What is this? Having to actually play Tetris?
The blocks staying above the cleared blocks was really rough for me. I'm not a very good recovery Tetris player. I prefer to just move mechanically fast and intimidate you. Thinking is Addie's strong suit. I'm not the smart person in this household.
Wait, what's the frog called?
Naughty
frog. Ugh.
It does give sports RPG a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Professor Frog's house. Very good.
It's coming.
Professor, if you will, I have not toiled for years swimming upstream from the river of knowledge to be called Mr. Frog. Yes.
That's what we all wish we could say.
I love this.
Pretty good.
Little Tadpole's Big Adventure by Pollywog.
Aw.
Oh, this is adorable. Look at that.
Oh. So cute.
Amazing.
Profound effect on you.
It's a good picture. I'm not really sure where you want me to see it.
Yeah. So supportive.
That's adorable.
Professor Frog.
I'm gonna remember I did not spend years swimming through the river of knowledge to be called Mr. Frog.
I should have screenshotted. I was too taken aback with the cute.
I'm gonna get a screenshot of my other save file because I'm just past. That was just past it.
Yeah.
Because we need that.
I know, that's really good.
Aren't you tired of eating the store-bought cheese from Katie? Tired of eating
Tired of-
cheese? What kind of
What
question is that?
Ooh, campfire.
Oh, nice.
Sign me up for a delicious cheese platter. I don't get how campfire helps make cheese.
Okay,
You need a
Penguin
cave,
from
really.
Forest Hills will be the next building we get, though.
Yeah.
Can I do this? No, I need wood and stone, which I guess we can get here. So we're gonna mine once. You gotta do your crafting chores here.
Is anyone else bothered by Professor Frog wearing a mortar board and not a tam or a beefeater? Someone needs to check his credentials. Well, some places will hire you with only a master's, so.
One of our instructors only has a bachelor's in my department.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes performance faculty only have an undergrad degree.
Well, there's always a line in those applications that says or equivalent industry experience, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so sometimes they want people who will attract a lot of students and
Right.
who want to study with them or whatever. Yes, mortarboard is like the kind of stereotypical graduation hat for like high school and college. When you get a PhD, you get a much sillier hat, which is one of the best parts of getting a PhD.
Well, that was really good for everything that's not. Ooh, I can learn these now. No.
I like my tam. For a while I had it down here in case I said anything smart I could like put the tam on.
Nice.
But I think I put it back upstairs.
Yeah, I need more stone.
I didn't buy my robes.
Can I
Like most
buy
of us,
stone
I
somewhere?
rented mine. But you had to buy the hat, the tam, and the hood. So like I have my hood. School of Hard. I like that it's a BS.
Oh, look at all these decorating items you can spend your cash on. Yeah.
Ooh.
I knew this was coming.
Yeah.
Ah.
I'm a sucker for the potted plants. It doesn't show you what they look like though.
I can get a potted plant. Where was that?
Ooh, fern! Get the fern!
Okay, we got a fern. I'll get the potted plant too, Dana. I will spend for
There were
you.
a bunch, if I recall.
Where'd it go? Potted plant. Okay. Let's go put him over here in our field now. There's our fern.
Oh, it's pretty.
And
I like ferns. Oh yeah, Professor Frog definitely went to the school park croaks, I agree.
there's our potted plant.
Oh, I love it! Yeah, all of my like Stardew farmhouses are like just all of the potted plants like over and over again. I just like make it like almost like an indoor greenhouse.
I'm gonna buy all those packs of small resources because they came with stones.
Nacho peas.
I saw that.
I'm trying to picture. Like, are they nacho flavored peas? Or are they like peas as a topping on nachos?
Stone is uncommon. Oh no, I got it. There we go. We are ready to build the storehouse. Let's go.
So I got I know it's not rare because you can get like Cafe Du Monde coffee like in grocery stores around the country, but I decided to bring back some. And what I don't see as often where I live is the decaf one. And I was saying they really missed an opportunity to call it Decafe Du Monde.
For sure.
But that's what I'm drinking tonight. In my little ghosty. He's haunting us. He's going boo.
I like that Mirai's house has a gold frog plush. This came as Kickstarter
Obviously.
backer rewards.
I know, so cute. So serene.
Alright. Good night to everybody. What's going to happen to the storehouse? Because the storehouse caused the...
That sounded like stomach trouble.
Yeah, it did. Someone's
Not
stealing the
fun.
food out of the storehouse.
Oh no.
I do think that the experience of having the beignets there, where, quote, the air tastes like sugar,
Yes.
is the correct way to do it, and the only correct way.
And all the stores are nearby have signs that are like no beignets in the store.
Right?
I sent one of those to Joe last time when we were there for AMS, and he was like, yeah, they're so powdery.
Alright, let's go fight. In the spirit of Final Fantasy XIV, it's probably pirates, right?
It's probably pirates. I have done that quest. Not that far, but I've done that one. Oh wow, look at Van.
Wow, yeah. Van can get it, right? Like,
Van wants to be a thirst trap.
yes.
Whether or not he is yet to be discovered, but he's definitely vying for that.
For sure. I'm gonna smash her.
Just
That line
realize
of dialogue is not
smash or
an
pass.
accident.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't have a lot of like. I'm not like a mug collector. I actually don't like having too much mug clutter, and so I don't have ones for other holidays. But my mom found this one for me, and she knew that I would be enamored of the little hands, which I am. So this is my only like seasonal mug.
Oh wow, yeah, we're a big mug fan.
I mean, partially just because like you end up with mugs. So many people like use that as a generic gift, right? Especially if you teach lessons and stuff. So yeah, I don't like seek out mugs for myself. but I like this one. I mostly pick my mugs kind of like, I like the design to be cool, but I also like the shape of them to be.
Look at
Ooh! Oh my gosh. Nicely done, though.
Ryan did not like that. Alright.
Ryan did not like. I love the Tetris mechanic. This is so fun. This one feels a little more subdued on the guitars.
It does.
I like that their portraits are like so like yours is so cute and tiny, and then theirs is like artistic and huge.
That's very Final Fantasy 16 video, isn't it? Where like Cecil and Kane are not very specific, but on the left side you've got like this Amano style artwork. It's
Yeah,
very detailed.
yeah. I was always impressed by the pixel artists over there that were because like Amano art is stunning.
Yeah.
And they would translate it so beautifully to pixels. But yeah, I think like most people, it's like the mugs you like use the most often. It tends to be more about like kind of how it feels in your hand and like how big it is, like the shape of it, and then whatever design is just like a bonus. Because that's how I am with it. My goodness. I feel like you gotta get that looked
We
at.
gotta give her a sandwich or something, right? Like,
Yeah. You want to eat something before we fight?
I haven't had to eat in who knows how long.
Oh.
Maybe just asking for help would have, yeah. Oh yeah, no, we use the mugs. I've got 2 on my desk right now, because...
Do you have the FF14 one?
No, I've got Penji, my favorite and most important mug.
Oh, yeah.
And then I've got, actually, what Karen gave to me and Addie as a present some time ago is the Stardew Valley coffee mug.
Yeah, I have that one too!
It's
Although,
great.
Funny story, as folks may remember, my friend Jess gave me the coffee mug, so I already had it, and I think I must have held it up on stream. Because Karen was like, crap! Because she ended up getting me the tea mug instead.
Mm.
So I have both the Stardew tea and the Stardew coffee mugs. And I try to use them properly. So I try to put tea in the tea mug and coffee in the coffee mug.
Well, now we're gonna be in trouble for giving the food to the pirates. The pillage of our village.
Pillage of our village. Very cute. I like this theme a lot.
I do too.
The slowly rising, like, sustained string line in the back just, like, ups the tension a little bit, but it's subtle.
Yep.
Writing implement holders, yeah.
Oh, this is our first time now. So we have been in the settlement a year after arriving, presumably from Tangledeep's dungeons, right? As one of many, the only successful clone of Mirai made by those computers down there. That's the story of Tangledeep 1 here. Oh, we're gonna get a talking to. Great.
I love me in a regular time signature. I was listening to Sea of Stars today on my way to and from physical therapy, and I hadn't you like listen passively and then you listen analytically.
Yeah.
I was listening to the Trials in the Mist.
Okay.
And it's essentially in 7 or like a 3-bar and a 4-bar. Like the pattern felt like a little lilty in like I kept being like, wait. And then I sat down and counted it out and I was like, oh, it's actually like simple, but it's amazing what a little bit of metrical change will do to the feel of something. It like added to kind of the mystique of that moment, even though it's pretty early in the game.
Have you heard Shark's 7/4 arrangement of Millennial Fair from Chrono Trigger?
No, is it on OCR?
Yeah, Blue Skies over Guardia. It rules. It's an old one from the site, too.
Yeah, 2004.
Yeah, gosh, that's 20 years ago he wrote that. Man. It's weird for me to think that I have friends that, like, I knew what they did 20 years ago. I'm old now, Dana. Well,
that's cool. Yeah. I mean, anybody who has a Scandinavian metal background probably likes regular time signatures, whether they know it or not.
Right.
Actually, one of my friends who
wait, did I miss Karen?
Hi!
Hey, Julianne, you did miss Karen. She had to peace out early.
The little one has been getting her up at like 5 every morning, so tired as can be. Oh yeah, so a friend of mine who's not in academia had me pull like on JSTOR an article that I don't know they'd come across in Googling, and it was about like regular time signatures in Meshuggah, and I was like, this is so on brand. I love it. Of course, I think about it myself. Like that's fun. But yeah, hi Julianne, how are you?
I am trying to get Discord to stop yelling at me. Okay.
Are you recovered from your
No. Are you?
Yeah, I think so.
Good.
I've been a little tired. Like Monday, I really slept.
Good.
I was kind of useless a lot of the day, but I'm healthy.
Sometimes you need like a day, like a full just rest.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think I need this
Travel.
weekend is gonna be that for me.
More and more travel seems to do that. Just like the stress of being in airports.
Yeah, the extra like labor of being like, and like the masking and like, am I sick? Am I giving it to everybody? Like all that stuff.
Right.
It's like part of it now.
Yeah. So I tested it today just because I was curious. And I am negative. So.
Yeehaw!
Yeah. There's also
wait,
like with
it's
all the
not
weather
here,
changing, it's
right?
like it's hard to know if like, oh, I have a little bit of a headache. Like, am I sick or is it just pressure?
allergies?
Is it
My
just like
voice is
atmospheric
still
pressure?
shot.
And stuff?
If
Yeah.
people can't tell
You did a
from
lot of
Saturday.
You did a lot of yelling on Saturday.
I did a lot of hooting and a lot of hollering.
So I didn't say this on stream yet. So yeah, we were in New Orleans for Hoagie Time's bachelorette party, and what she didn't know until Saturday night was that her sister got a second line parade for her.
And a second line parade, for those who don't know, is like what you think it is, probably like a brass band and a band leader, and you're parading down, in our case, Bourbon Street, you have to pull permits and you got to get the police to escort you.
You have to have the police escort so they can like block off the street.
They block off the streets while
and
we go through.
They play you down the road playing jazz.
And they're just playing jazz, and it always ends with Saints when the Saints go marching in, and it was
in like Dixieland, yeah.
I wore a cape without knowing that the cape would be like correct.
So iconic.
In this thing, and I had a parasol, and I was completely surprised. It was unbelievable. Maybe the
really
best thing.
Fun
It's like top 3 moments. I love being silly and dancing and parade. I love a parade. Like I just not watching them. No, never watching, but being in one. Like I used to love our march arounds and marching band and stuff, and I missed graduation and missed that procession, so I was like, dang. So I was like, well, the wedding I get my own, I guess, but this was amazing.
Oh yeah, Anthony Dennis. So for context, Julianne wore a cape to her dissertation defense.
Yeah, capes are like a thing.
It's like a
for her.
top 5 moment for a lot of us because we were all so inspired by that energy. It was like kind of like an olive green, right?
Yes.
It was an olive green, and it was like,
stunning.
I've been here 8 years. I can do what I want. They're not gonna like fail me.
It was epic, and everyone
was
loved
very
that
good.
energy. So she got a white cape for Saturday night shenanigans, not even realizing how special that night was going to
Not
be.
realizing how special it would be and how appropriate and how like glorious. It was great. And it was especially great because I had not all, like I did invite more people that could come, but so many people could come, including Dana, and kept this secret and were just so sweet. Also, Dana made me this amazing like headband with a veil, like a little mini veil over the face, like with netting, and it was just so good.
So classy.
And like also it was that perfect blend. Like the night before I had like the dark lipstick and a white dress, like I looked sort of Tim Burton-y.
Yeah.
Like it was the perfect costumey / real, and like that's just the fun vibes that I was going for. But it was so great, and I'm so overwhelmed. I haven't made a post about it yet because I'm like I need to be. I have so many feelings. I just have so many feelings, and it is Mean Girls Day.
Yeah.
So, and speaking of that, but I also, like, with the hurricane and everything, and, like, thank God we're okay here, but, like, we have a lot to clean up, and it was, like, right before the Bachelorette was happening while this was happening, and it was just a big roller coaster, so I think I'm quite not even recovered just from all of that emotion, like, so real big lows and like, amazing highs, and this game looks cool. So, so that's my story. Sorry to come on late. I'm like very behind everything, as you can.
No worries.
One could guess.
The short version of this is imagine a JRPG city building style cozy game, but all the combat is
Tetris. Okay. I kind of want to play it. Yeah.
I know. I was gonna say Tangle Deep and I probably weren't gonna get along, but like this one.
I'm not like good at Tetris, but I'll play it, you know. I'll be bad at it happily.
Well, it's like good at Tetris. I mean, like the bar for good at Tetris is set so high because of those people that can like play it to perfection now.
Yeah, I'm not even at the level where I look at the next block and think about it. I'm like, that's already too much. But
yeah, how far ahead you can plan.
This game, first of all, I love the Chrono Trigger vibes already, just aesthetically. This is the game, Ryan, that you're on, right? That
It
you
is,
sang?
yeah. And
Cool.
we were talking earlier, compared to Tangledeep, the first game in this loosely connected franchise of games, you're the same main character. The first one was very much somewhere between Secret of Mana and Chrono Trigger. And to catch you up, Julian, this is like a PlayStation quality soundtrack instead of a Super Nintendo.
Ah, okay.
The
Downgrade.
graphics are still, yeah.
Just kidding. I don't know.
The graphics are still earlier leaning.
Yeah, though the image behind you, that's a PlayStation effect.
Yes, the like ghost.
Right, the like
speed, yeah.
actual ghosting.
Yeah, it's a nice mix of eras. I had a student come to office hours tonight, and one of the things like on their docket to discuss with me was Sea of Stars, and I was like, instant A+.
Nice. Well, until they come into your office and they're like, man, didn't you love it when Garl died? I couldn't wait for that annoying kid to pass away.
Don't
So this is fun. If the normal battle theme starts to grate on you, and no matter how good a normal battle theme is, it's going to in a game like this, you can randomize it here.
That's cool.
Okay, that's cool.
I like the idea of the pirate one.
Yeah, that is cool. Is it? It's here. We need,
Consummate A's, yeah. Consummate B's.
we need stone. I want stone.
What was I
I
looking
keep
up
meaning to
over
get
here?
the Trogdor board game.
Ah!
We haven't ever been able to like get a study board game group together though up here. Partially
That's
just
very hard.
for lack of trying. Like we haven't really invested in trying to make that happen.
I've got a steady board game group because there's one guy who really takes all the work of coordinating it and like wrangling us.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this is so funny.
Okay, this is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4, Turtles in
Fishing?
Time aesthetic, musically.
Is this supposed to be? This is the best fishing music ever. Is your
So
is your
intense.
friend a fox? Is that what that is?
I
Behind
think
you?
so, yeah. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. This game is delightful in
zoom
its
in.
referencing. You got a common stalwart.
Wow,
salmon.
that's a wild fanfare thing. Okay, gotta analyze that.
Gosh, that's so funny.
I love the fighting game adjacent stuff for
Yeah.
fishing.
Get a little char with your powers. Oh my gosh, so funny. But yeah, that's true, Ryan. There wasn't anything but love for Garl, so we're okay. No, but they're really, really interesting. You know, the student was noticing, like after you get the ending and you go back to like Sarai's hometown, the theme very subtly changes to major.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So it was like really cool observations about just like the environmental, you know, world building, story building aspects of that, and so that was really fun. And like that's not a requirement for the coming to office hour side quests. Like you don't have to come in armed with like cool musical observations, but it was cool that they wanted to talk about it.
It's nice if you can.
That is very nice when that happens.
Yeah, because like I don't have an agenda. It's like you can come with questions and like get help on anything. We can do practice listening. Like we can do whatever. But a lot of the folks doing that side quest, they just come for the vibes and we just hang and we talk about video games and whatever. So it's been awesome. I am so glad I assigned it. And it's optional. Everybody like can do stuff totally independently. There's 9 different side quests they can choose from, but they're all like job class. Like you earn the job class during the side quest.
Yeah.
So that one's the Sage. So that was really fun, like coming up with not only the assignment, but like what job class it kind of went with, and like why I was picking that, and then I designed little pixel art like badges to give them when they've like attained whatever job class, so it's like an achievement in a video game, but it's kind of just like a digital sticker, like, here you go. And then I just email it to them.
Stickers.
And I'm like, you don't have to do anything with this, but it was fun to do, you know? And a few of them have been like, this is so cute, thank you, you know?
Hopefully they brag about it in the group chat for the class or whatever they do.
Yeah, they're adorable. Ooh.
I just assume every class has a group chat. This is something that like would have never existed really in any significant way when I was an undergrad. Or even a grad student. We had Facebook groups. But like it feels like I usually find out in some way that there's like the group chat for the class, no matter what class it is.
Yeah.
I'd imagine
And I'm always like, that's good for you guys. I hope
there might be a few pockets of those. In general, though, I think it's a little different with an asynchronous, like a large enrollment.
I was gonna say, like an
asynchronous
asynchronous class may be less, and it's larger, yeah.
Yeah, but certainly in, I think of that as a grad school thing for sure, and that's probably just a generational, like, you know, group texting being more of a thing by the time I was in grad school versus having a flip phone with T9 texting in undergrad. But in grad school, we had group text and like group email chains because it would be things
like... A lot
like,
of email chains.
Yeah, a lot of email chains. And I don't know about you, but like it would be like somebody would go into the library and like scan the week's reading.
Yes, I was just gonna say that was like the main way.
And that way you wouldn't have to be like, oh, somebody else has it right now, you know? Like we would just all have a copy. We could print it off for ourselves, mark it up, do whatever we need to do, and we would all just kind of naturally rotate weeks.
Yeah.
Do that. And it's been amazing to me that there have been moments where I've had to like recommend that in my grad classes. And that's like shocking. Like it's like a shocking revelation to them that they could split that up. Instead of just always doing it for themselves. Like, you could just offer to get everybody's email and like you take a week, they take a week.
Are scared it's like a form of not cheating, but like too much collaboration or something. Whereas like
maybe
my undergrads collaborate too much and are like, wait, this is academic dishonesty, and be like, yeah, it's in the syllabus,
okay,
but
I love a
talk
pergola.
about
Can we talk about this?
I really love this little area that we made.
I want one so bad, but I would need like some mosquito netting on it. Nando, does he sell chicken?
So you get it. Good. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, that's why it's Nando.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm like 90%.
Yeah, right?
After the chicken place at MagFest.
That one place, yeah. I forgot that they had a Nando's. It's very British. Any Brits in the chat besides conflicting nursemaid who has been banned? What a name.
I didn't even see the message. You're fast.
I did good
that was
today.
Dana.
Because I remember
literally
talking
talking
the
to
username. For the longest time I was like, wait, what do I do? What do I do?
One thing is, hello.
Arrow Reborn. Hello.
One
Hey,
thing is
Arrow.
that I had a giant cohort, so you like had to talk to people.
With your giant cohort.
Did have a giant cohort.
I did not.
And other giant cohorts around me, so it was like just a large program.
Yeah.
And so, no matter how much I tried, I did have to talk to people because there were just so many of them around me.
The program was a healthy size overall, but my cohort famously, there were only 3 of us, and the other 2 kind of discovered that their avocations were elsewhere. So one of them ended up switching to anthropology instead of ethnomusicology, just kind of realizing like, oh, sound is interesting to me, but it's not the primary thing I'm interested in.
Yeah.
That person was interested in like music and protest, and so ended up kind of thinking more about anthropology and protest.
And you talked about this person before, but I wonder, sometimes that's a job strategy too, to be like, where am I centered when I go field?
Kind of realizing like where your strengths are and
Yeah, and so I would feel like I mean, obviously there's like the disciplinary aspect of it, but from a jobs perspective, I wonder if actually staying in ethno would be like easier in some ways on the job market, but it sort of depends on which side of anthropology you go to.
Right.
I mean, I know a
met
lot of
an
ethno jobs will
ethnomusicologists
ask.
who would be receptive to the idea that finding a job in ethnomusicology is easy. Let's be very clear.
Well, yeah.
I said easier.
Yeah. And I think
Anthropology.
too that the other aspect is that protest can involve music, but protest can also be kind of more sound studies, right? You know, thinking of like Jacques Attali's noise, like that type of theorization.
Oh, yeah.
And so
Which I love. And
Yes.
wish were more a part of the sound. I wish sound studies, music studies and sound studies were closer. I feel like we're not as close as we could be.
and that's my point too, is that I think you know, in our field we recognize game sound and game music as like a
'Cause we, like,
holistic
have to,
entity.
absolutely.
And that often you have to look at both or things together or, you know, against each other. But I think there's other areas where that feels a little like there's not as many inroads toward that. And again, not to speak for my cohort there, but that was the sense that I got too, that it was just like, oh, I don't know that I'm always interested in the music. I'm interested in like sound too and all these other things.
Right.
Yeah. Ooh, this track, by the way, while we're in the forest here.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I like this.
Do we think that's performed or sampled?
I don't know. I'm not good with
far,
double reads.
could be a double. It could be a good sample.
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards really good sample, but I'm also talking over it, so.
I don't want to be insulting to somebody, especially somebody I'm going to see in 2 weeks. If by saying it's sampled, they're like, no, it wasn't. Shut up, Ryan. Like,
I mean, when they're so like back, like if not so forward in the mix and so like kind of reverby, it's very hard to tell. Like
Yeah.
I'm like, if someone told me that was live performed, I'd be like, yeah, sure, yeah. But if someone
Right.
told me it was really good sample, I'd also
Yeah. Well, people are so talented with the DAWs these
I was
days.
just about to ask Jarrell if you knew.
yeah.
Yeah, buy the OST and see what the ID3 tags say. That's the way to do
I
it.
need a key to the soundtrack on Steam or Bandcamp, because I kickstarted this thing at a level where I get one. I just haven't gotten it yet, I don't think.
Some samples can be good, apparently. Yeah. Well, we happen to know some people that, like, again, have been doing OCR for like decades now,
And
who like know the
sometimes
ins and outs of these
samples
systems.
fit a
Optical
specific
character.
aesthetic,
Right.
right? So like
As I
the
often
16/32-bit aesthetic of the game we're playing now, I would argue that there were multiple tracks we've heard where a sample is a better fit
Yeah.
than a live musician is.
I gotta have a student cite what you just said.
I just know how like interconnected the field is, and you know how often we see like someone we know hiring other people we know, and like it's so cool that folks are kind of getting to that stage.
Yes.
Like I'm
let's see
excited,
here.
even though I don't play the Star Wars games, I'm excited for that new one. It's like so many great names
So,
are on that
As I
list.
suspected,
we're
I
not
didn't want to
talking
name
about
her without checking, but Kristen Negus is listed as
Kristen.
oboe and English horn.
Yeah,
so
that's
that's her.
that was my first thought. Was I wonder if this was Kristen?
But she's doing a fine job.
Fine job, Kristen.
And
This
they
is
put a lot of reverb on it. to
This
make
is
it
a
sound
lot
like
of
it's-
folks that we all know well on this soundtrack. We've got Laura Intravia on flute and recorder, Kristen on oboe, English horn, and tin whistle, John Stacy on trumpet, horn, trombone, John Robert Matz, trumpet, Michaela Noctegal is your string player,
Yeah, nice.
as is Tara C. Music on viola.
Nice.
Brad Burr
I've
on
heard all of these
saxophone.
people.
He's been a longtime friend of mine.
Yeah.
And then we're going to hear her later. Kat is the soprano soloist who's absolutely a ringer.
Wow.
And then Alyssa on guitar, Doug on percussion, Eric Viking guitar, Peabody on electric guitar. Andrew Lors plays electric and nylon string guitar, bass, and sax.
Cool. And sax, wow.
Oh, and piano. And then Anton Kraza on EWI.
Nice.
And then the choir members, including me, are listed at the bottom.
Yeah, cool.
Alright, ooh, we get a cave here. Hold on, I'm gonna try to get through this as minimal number of
Oh,
fights.
these didn't change. That's cool.
What
These didn't
cool?
change. There's always a cave sound. Oh, look at that froggy.
Oh, I didn't.
Alright.
Frog's the boss. I didn't hear the music change.
I said music didn't change, and that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like I expected it.
It just
to.
like kept the vibe going.
It's not
This mist
changing.
effect is also reading as very like PlayStation era to me, Ryan.
Oh, hold on.
Oh my god, what in the?
This is the
Chocobo
bonus fight. It's against
hot
Gold
mix.
Frog.
Oh, we love it.
So it should be giving you Gold Saucer vibes.
Exactly.
This is a track of remakes from Tiger Beat.
Also, very Mario Kart turn.
I was gonna say it's just me.
Sorry, I'm choking on water.
Oh yeah, the Kiwi instead of EWI. I've wondered about that. I think I've heard it both ways though. Oh my gosh, now it's especially Mario and
See, I hear FF7 Chocobo Racing.
I hear both of them.
it's reminding me of like the Mario 64 like slide theme.
Moo like Moo Farms, or the slide theme. Oh, I was thinking kart. Yeah, Nintendo loves
Yeah.
a good hoedown.
But this is absolutely from Tangled Beat.
Yeah.
About double the tempo from the particular track from that soundtrack.
Yeah. That's like Costco always banging. It's funny.
Alright, well, it's an awkward shift back to the normal music now.
Yeah. You're like, okay.
Gotta get that heart rate down.
Dropped out.
Right? I was like
Back out into the real
playing
world.
Tetris for a minute there. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go fight this big fat frog.
Alright,
Big.
everyone, when y'all played Tetris, which music did you pick?
Oh, I
my
pick something
God.
different every time.
Tum Tum Frog.
I like wanted the variety. I was like, I have to experience all of the musical.
I
variety.
definitely did all of them, but like,
I don't think I gravitated towards one.
no?
I
Oh,
didn't
look
play.
at this dumbass block.
Oh,
Excuse
what?
me.
That's mean.
Got a hole.
Tetris isn't supposed to have
for us,
holes in it.
exceptionally
Unless
dumb.
you cause them. So this flute is Laura then.
Speaking of like cute little animals, both Bubba and Bubbleita are out sleeping on the plant tonight, and
Are
I
you gonna
can't
have a good
believe
night
it.
post?
And I took it. So it was really early, so I took a picture, but one of them was like waking up, like woke up a little and then went back to sleep because they're like, oh, it's just our parents. So for those in the chat, Bubba and Bubbleita are these pair of female and male green anoles that fall asleep on our plant on our porch every night. Well, they usually switch off, but tonight they were both on there, which is pretty rare because they're very territorial and do not like pair up. But we see them hanging out all day. One of them took a giant dump. I saw him do it, like in the middle of the day. I love working from home because I just watch them like do their thing, and then he belly flopped on the porch to like bask in the sun. It was so
gosh.
good. I wish I had my camera. Anyway, I love them.
That's adorable.
And they're very habitual, so they do like the same things every day and night, which is why they're very cute. They always come back to sleep, but rarely have they been spotted together. So I do have a post that I will do.
Nice.
I can't wait.
They're hard to see, so it'll be like find the anoles and then
It is always a little bit of I Spy for a lot of
they
them.
do try. They try to blend in. They're really good at it.
As a quick
Yes.
aside, we do not hear
Be
anywhere
safer.
near enough double read in video games. I love this.
Yeah, this is great.
It's true, and it's usually Forrest,
It's
But it's
usually
true.
Kristen.
and it's always her. That's always Kristen.
It's usually Kristen when it happens.
100% of the double reads that are real.
Right, here's a garden, Dana. Ooh.
Yay!
I like the rate at which this town is improving here.
Yeah, it's very satisfying.
I love Town Improvement Quest.
Rolls.
Oh, that fanfare is still wild to me.
Yeah, it's like very, very triumphant.
Right.
Doing a lot of things.
It's better than ending on the 5th, though. Those fanfares can go to hell.
Oh my gosh. Y'all are gonna discover Ryan's strong feelings about fanfare cadences shortly.
Oh.
We have to do like one more session on our project, and then we're gonna reveal
All right.
Yep. Let's do that before next week, actually, Dana, because I think that'll match UFO 50 pretty well for a fun reveal of what we've been up to.
Oh, yeah.
Are you talking about like? Are you doing AMS After Dark? What are you guys doing?
No,
don't tell me.
actually, no. I'm not funny enough for AMS After Dark.
That is wrong, but
It is
okay.
untrue, right?
What are you talking about?
The After Dark submission deadline is tonight in an hour and a half, by the way. So if anybody
Yeah,
was
I have-
thinking about it,
I have
please,
zero
please
ideas.
submit.
Get out and go submit.
I don't have any ideas.
Demetrius.
Yeah, what is Demetrius doing in this game? It is total Demetrius vibes. Arrow, my question to you is: are you one of those that dislikes Demetrius because you were angry when you found out you couldn't marry Robin?
I was angry when I found out I couldn't marry Demetrius.
Oh. Yeah.
I mean, I really liked Robin too, so I was like, oh, okay.
There's mods where you can marry all of the
Everybody.
normally non-marriageable people, but yeah, 100%. Yeah. That's like a whole subset of Stardew fans is just like what the heck is this that I can't marry Robin?
Oh yes,
There's so many
spirit frogs
people.
bless Mirai with ancient frog powers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Julian, you missed it. We
Professor
visited
Frog.
Professor Frog at his house, and Mirai reacted. She was like, "I'm sorry, Mr. Frog," and he was like, "Excuse me, I did not spend the formative years of my life swimming upward through the river of knowledge to be called Mr. Frog." It's Professor.
Well, like we have to get a screenshot of that and use it everywhere.
I love him or her so much. Gender is difficult with frogs, especially when they have their robes on.
Yeah.
Can't see their coloring.
Construct.
Oh, so
Anyway.
frogs are jobs now. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
Demolitionist.
I want to play an RPG. This is like sometimes you just need to play an RPG. Like you just need to fall into an RPG and like
That was
just
Sea of Stars like all summer. I was really into it.
feed bed. It's like a particular feeling,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I think I this weekend.
I got a
Maybe-
game, Julianne, yesterday for $6.99 called Sticky Business. And it is, I'm gonna go to the store page for the actual, like, description of it. Experience the joy of running your own cozy small business. Create stickers, pack orders, and hear your customers' stories. Time to build the
Oh.
cutest shop on the internet. And I just loved, like, the vibes of it. And
That-
yeah, it's $6.99 right now, so I was like,
Let us
yeah.
know what it is if I want to wishlist that.
Oh here, I'll link it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was like, this just looks like one of those like turn your brain off cute little games, which are catnip to me.
Anthony Dennis is like the TA of this stream, like doing the work,
Right.
putting in the
I know.
hours, doing the work.
Oh
Don't
wait,
go over
Julian, I
20
have to
hours
play
or
this for
whatever.
you because you were not here when we fished the first time, were you?
Right.
Oh my
I
gosh,
was
this is
here.
epic.
You're.
I think I had just gotten here and I was like, what?
Do it again.
Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna do it again anyway.
Again.
Please,
That's
'cause
great.
it's so funny.
Waiting for a nibble. I love how it's just so calm. Very Animal Crossing.
Yeah. Until
Until
yeah.
until it's not.
It's like so many people hate fishing in games, and this is just like hysterical.
This is a good example for a genre paper.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh,
do you know
yeah.
what it reminds me of though? Because it is very comical because it is so out of place. Have all of you seen the turtle race from Crimson Echoes?
Yes, and can we watch it again anyway?
Oh, yeah, I think on here. Did it?
We did it on at the end of a stream, but can we like pull it up again?
Yeah, we can pull it up again. Hold on.
Yeah, I think
It's like the best thing ever. I sent that to
On
my
my
brother
share.
immediately when we did that.
I'm gonna get the next quest here because it's 45.
Yeah.
Let's get this next quest, which I think will be the first quest that isn't, hey, go finish building the town.
And then
Right.
let's watch that, and,
And then
let's
listen
the
to my
track
thing.
we're on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now alert. Uh-oh. What's up with Steam? Oh, The updated subscriber agreement? Yeah, who cares? Goodbye.
You're like, I'm in it.
Right? What am I gonna do? Say no and lose $20,000 worth of games?
I thought it was like someone hacked your account. Gave you more games. Oh.
I did get a notification that I was given a game last week, right? Ryan? You gave me a game?
I gave you a game last week.
Yes. And I was like, oh my goodness, I should...
Didn't I give you the game that you're now gonna stream next week?
Sticky business.
Hold on. It's saying purchase. Wait, do I have to like redeem something?
Yeah, you have to claim your gift.
You play half.
Let me go find how to do that, because I definitely got the notification.
Yeah, you have to accept the gift. You have the power to send it back to me if you don't want it, but you do.
That's beautiful. We love consent.
Just gotta find where it is.
Yeah. 7 nuts. Oh, there's like all sorts of DLC, not DLCs, but expansions for Sticky Business.
Oh my gosh, I haven't been to my like user page. I forgot I made it Stardew themed.
That's where I found your brother's little message to you. That was like, I've heard of this game. It seems really cool. It's called Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
And I copied it and I was like, oh, I think I'm crying.
Yeah, Joe's the one that gifted me that game, and because he was like similarly, like you've talked about how formative Harvest Moon was for you. This game is like going to be like a new Harvest Moon, and boy was it! It was a love letter to everybody who loved Harvest Moon as a kid, and then some. Okay, I'm getting distracted by my own profile because I just haven't looked here in a long time.
You know, students don't comment on my username anymore.
You can feed jobs to level them up.
Frog fractions. Yes, he would. I bet he does. I bet it's a crossover.
Accept. Okay. Now it's in my account. Okay.
Alright,
Now
let's
we're gonna
save and
install
quit.
Just so I have it, because
And-
I won't remember.
Let's bring up... We have to do the Crimson Echoes one
Turtles.
first, I think. It's
Yes.
so good. Hold on.
Yes. Relevant.
Yes. We should play Crimson Echoes on the stream at some point. It was released about the same time as Sea of Stars. Absolutely got
Overshadowed
by Sea of Stars. But I have a feeling that it is excellent. Oh, not Crimson Echoes, Chained Echoes. I can't even remember the name of the thing correctly. Makes me feel bad.
That's how overshadowed it was.
Right? That is how overshadowed it was, everybody. All right.
Make sure to share it to the stream.
I will.
Excite. Also, Julianne, did you see my mug for tonight? It's October.
Oh,
The little hands.
It's so cute.
It's like the only seasonal mug that I have because of the little boo hands.
Oh, I should have brought out my New Orleans mug. I bought one of those "Bury Me Above Ground" mugs because it was like,
Okay.
Can't resist a local mug.
This is another Chrono Trigger-y adjacent JRPG situation.
I'm here for all of this.
You're here to bet on which one of these 4 turtles is going to win the race. Listen to this music before and then during the turtle race, though.
Yeah.
How they talk.
Like, clearly the one that says turtle with the exclamation point is saying it faster than the other. That's the secret, right, Ryan? The one that
Yes,
says
yes.
It. Yeah.
I really like this piece of music, but not as much as this one. Here we go.
The greatest moment.
Bye. Cheryl, you can't leave now.
Oh my gosh. It's so good.
That's the best. Absolutely the best thing.
It brings me so much
I'm
joy.
gonna add that to my video game class playlist.
Yeah, that's true. Professor Frog would teach frog fractions if you did math.
Yeah.
All right, now we're gonna hear Ryan in a video game.
Yeah.
Yes, we will.
What other titles do you have to your? Is this your first time being featured? I don't think it is.
No, it's my second or third.
Second or third.
I think it's my second one being credited.
Nice.
Here we go. You notice I'm the last boss fight down at the end, track 72. Nice. I'm on 73 as well.
Soprano's not Laura, right? It's Kat?
It's Kat. It's 4 women and 3 men.
What part were you singing?
I sang 4 of the 5 male parts.
Oh.
Sing along for us. This is so cool.
Doug's on kit for this?
What?
Doug's on, like, drum kit?
Yes.
And a range.
I'm not used to hearing him do, like full-on the style of rock drumming. Like, I know he's done it a bit for, like, Disco Cactus, but even a lot of the clips, he's on, like, the melodic percussion. Great final boss thing.
Yeah, for real.
Choir check.
To get the vowels right across the choir, Kat did the initial recording for everybody as like a pronunciation guide. Isn't it how you can get like subtle things different?
Yeah.
Not gonna ask that, but I would have been curious to hear about the coordination when you're all recording remotely, so you kind of answered that in a way.
Yeah, and we never heard each other, the other vocalists.
Right.
Except we had one back pronunciation only.
Right.
That was it. And everybody who is asked to do this, like, pronunciation is specifics. It's not like, how do I sing? Like, we knew how to sing live, right?
Right. But it needs to match because you're doing choir.
Right.
Yeah.
I really like the Latin choir for elements with the electric drum.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
That's a fun combo. I was gonna say it's kind of like how, like if we were doing remote string parts, we would probably coordinate bowings.
Right. Same sort of
Even
thing.
though, yeah, because it's like the same thing. It's like it's gonna subtly affect the articulation and how the notes are coming out.
Yep. There's 1 or 2 spots where like none of us needed to take a breath, but we all do. Right?
Oh, that's fun.
That's beautiful.
Wow. Really cool.
After this chorus, I'll fade it down here. Yeah, this repeats until it fade out.
There's those turns.
That's
I said
so
that's like
good.
the big thing I was noticing is like the signature of this, and I don't know the Tangle Deep well enough. It might be in that too, but like a lot of melodic turns, which I'm into.
Yeah.
They give it just like a nice little filigree moment. So yeah, very cool. Congrats, Ryan.
Yeah, it's really fun to hear the original, which I wasn't told I can't play it. So I'm going to play the unproduced version very quickly as a fun extra here. Because that's with all the post-production and filtering added to it. And I don't mean that derogatorily. I mean, Andrew is a genius when it comes to that type of stuff. But there's a process with that sort of thing, if that makes sense.
Should we be seeing your stream manager?
I know it's like we're very raw. We're hearing.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm going to remove that. And
we're so mediated right now.
And then I'm going to open this file in VLC and share this with you. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. This is just the choir. So like the raw recording here. Which I think is fun. For a little bit of process, Dana.
Yeah, I like a BTS behind the scenes. You ever get confused when people use BTS?
Yes.
Very cool.
Ooh. Yeah. This is how I laugh. Every student's jokes. Excellent. Good, everybody.
But it's nice to get a really clean recording early. All the post-production in the world won't fix a problem with this part of it.
Yes. What's the text? Is it newly composed? Is it from something?
It's newly composed. There you
That's
go.
cool. What does it mean?
I
couldn't make out the words quite well enough.
It's been 2 years ago. I have to
okay.
dig for resources. The other behind the scenes thing is I was originally asked to do the first tenor line, which is only me, tenor 2 and bass 1. And I said, I don't have quite the range, unless I get sick, and let's hope I don't, to hit the bass 2 parts. But do you want me to record it an octave higher than written? This is me in chat behind the scenes with Andrew. And you can either magic it down or you can use it as an overtone. Do something with it. Because I can't hit F.
Right.
And especially E. And the low note in the bass 2 line is the E under the bass clef. I'm a concert tenor team. I'm not hitting that note.
Yeah.
But
Hit F to pay respects to Ryan. Nicely done, Julianne.
But
the pipe.
We can hit the F
what you can
in the chat.
especially if you have that just the exposed choir. Me singing that line an octave higher is in fact blended into this piece a little bit, which is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always nice to record a little bit of extra
Yeah.
when you get asked to do stuff like that.
I discovered when I did my and again I have like no experience doing any of this, but when I multi-tracked my little Celeste tribute, I don't play cello and bass, but I discovered that my viola pitch down actually sounded I really liked how it sounded.
Mm-hmm.
Like it didn't sound like fake to me.
Yeah.
So I would like violin would be a bridge too far, but viola pitched down nicely. Okay. So that's what I ended up doing. And of course I didn't know how to mix it. So all I did was just line them up. But I really enjoyed that. But I can see where like different folks, you want to get real if you can't. You want to get like somebody in that range, but it's probably very workable if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, well, and it's easier to shift an octave than it is to shift a number of other pitches.
Right.
So like, you're right though. If you can tell if they hadn't had anybody who could hit the E,
right,
then it would have been a different story. But
right, yeah, it's really amazing to me. The folks who are doing the editing and the implementation and. I don't know. I know like nothing about audio engineering, so it's basically magic from my perspective. and all I ever do is play live. So,
but I really like watching people like, oh, if we take out the frequencies here, look at the spectrum on this graph, this heat image, right? If we take it out here, we'll make room for you to hear this cool stuff, this high range stuff did, right? Like,
I love that.
I know all the math around it. Yeah.
I wish I knew any of that. That
was
cool.
That was the career I wanted.
Yeah.
Before I failed out of comp sci, I wanted to do audio engineering, but you needed to go through comp sci at Princeton to do it. So
wow, I had no idea.
I
think it's my favorite thing about you, Julianne, that I have a kindred spirit, a academic musician who also failed out of computer science.
Comp sci, I know. That's why
I have a lot of CSE in my game class this semester. A lot of people that are like doing the game studies minor, and so they're designing games for their like senior projects, and I just love it. I love talking about it with them because it's really not my wheelhouse.
Yeah. In any case, thanks for letting me run over and brag about myself for a couple minutes. It was really fun to record this stuff.
I'm glad we got to hear it. That was so cool.
Good
track. I want to remind everybody watching before we go, next week, Dana is going to play UFO 50.
Apparently. I've downloaded it.
Is this... I saw it and I was like, Dana Plank needs to have this game. It is a collection of 50 games invented for an imagined 8-bit console. And you can see the trajectory of development progress across the 50 games. So, like, the developers get better at making games for this fake console as you go down the chronology and history of this device. But it's all very 8-bit NES coded, like somewhere between NES and Master System for audio. And I suspect that Dana is going to fall in love 50 times
50
with this.
Times. That's bold, because I see that there's roguelikes on here.
There is one, yeah.
And shoot 'em ups, and we'll see.
Every genre is in there, and you're gonna fall in love less with some.
Maybe some of them will be more like, I don't know, lukewarm feelings toward.
Yeah. There's just like pre-1988 NES and post-1988 NES for some people, right? But the week after that, we are finally going to get around, after we've given you all 3 weeks to play, we're going to cover The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. And we're going to have Jordan Stokes on discussing it with us.
Yay! Air punches for Jordan.
Yes.
That's the 17th,
so excited.
Right? I am extremely excited.
Is this our first time having Jordan on with us? I mean,
yeah, it is. He's never streamed with us before. He's been in chat a couple times, right? He shows up pretty regularly, but I don't think we've ever had him on as a guest, which is a failure on our part.
Because when we did Link's Awakening, when we did Link's Awakening, like that was before he gave
That was
the
before
talk
his
on
paper.
it.
Yeah.
And then he blew us all away with like one of the best papers ever.
Yeah.
So good.
But yeah, I don't know, like, when we did like our little Tears of the Kingdom run through, I guess because of the way we did it, we didn't think to have Jordan on, but
Right.
this one we may play for like more than a week. I don't know. We'll see what Jordan wants to do, but very
Yeah.
excited to get Jordan's takes on this because it's going to be so good. So yeah, that'll be 2 weeks.
And I will have an endgame save file we could jump to, but
yeah, depending on
this
what
one is short
we wanna
enough,
jump
not
to.
unlike Link's Awakening. It is bigger than Link's Awakening, so I'm not promising 2 weeks. But we could play through this thing.
Oh, cool.
It's not like Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom where it's like, that's a 6-month enterprise, right?
Yeah.
but-
I like the way we did that and the more recent of the Final Fantasy VII ones. I really like that
The
sort of like
the 2 dips. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna do a Golden Saucer week, we're gonna do an ending, we're gonna do a beginning. Like I really enjoyed how we did that.
Poignant dips.
And similarly with Tears, you know, like
Right.
getting to see one more week, getting to see the you know, like a really cool end game moment, and you know, doing the opening was really magical to do that with everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
But
So
after
I like that for long
I
form
think
games.
we're going to be out of big games for the year.
I have a lot of
almost.
little games though, so I've been slowly collecting some things that we might want to dip into.
Okay.
So
Perfect.
don't y'all worry. And there's always 30XX, Ryan.
Well, actually,
There's the new update.
There's a new cat DLC for 30XX, so y'all are going
We
to have
can
to
always
suffer through me and
inflict
Dana
that on
playing
people.
again.
But I don't think we'll need to. I think we're gonna have some really good new ones to throw at the
We'll be there to
stream.
watch and support Dana as she is self-deprecating for no reason as she plays.
Self-deprecating for no reason.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, team.
Yeah.
We will see you all next week for what might be Indie Game of the Year. We'll have to wait and see, but it's in conversation.
Wait. Oh, I thought it was Zelda week for something. I was like,
No.
What?
UFO
You're
50.
like, that ain't me.
I missed
This
Did I
really,
forget
really
what
small
indie means?
franchise. Nobody's heard of it. Zelda. All right.
Nobody's
Good
heard
night,
of it.
everybody.
Okay, bye.
Bye.